Hello, everyone, and welcome to our webinar. I'm Vridhi, and I'll be guiding you through today's session. We are here to discuss how the air freight industry is evolving and the new challenges that stakeholders and players are facing, and a little bit about how CargoMART is stepping up to provide an all-in-one solution beyond just booking. We've designed this webinar, to be interactive and insightful. So please feel free and please share questions and engage via the chat. And we'll address any questions that you have in the end during the Q&A session. So let's get started. We have two incredible speakers today, each bringing unique insights into how digital transformation is reshaping air freight. First, we have Frederic Bazin from the SVP of CargoMART at CargoAI. With over 20 years of experience in the airline industry, Fred leads the product and sales efforts for CargoMART, ensuring CargoAI solutions reach forwarders and airlines worldwide. He is at the forefront of expanding CargoMART Pro adoption across the globe. And during COVID-19 pandemic, Fred recognized the urgent need for digital transformation in air freight, which is what inspired him to join this journey of redefining industry operations. Fred, would you like to say hi?
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Vridhi, for the quick introduction. Hi, everybody. I'm really pleased to be here today and to have a quick talk with all of you. I would say thanks, a big thanks to the second attendant guest, Faisal, for joining the call with us. And you perfectly summarized. After 20 years in the airline industry, Air France KLM, Qatar Airways Cargo in different positions, I decided to join the digital battle because I've realized during the COVID that the transformation was on the way. And after 2.5 years in CargoAI, I'm still super excited about working on a daily basis with airline, but also with the forwarder to be an active part of the digital transformation. So thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Fred. And next we have Faisal, Head of Customer Experience at Qatar Airways Cargo. Faisal plays a pivotal role in driving digital transformation, automation, and sustainability within the airline's cargo division. With over 15 years of experience in business intelligence, CRM, and e-initiatives, he has been instrumental in redefining customer journey for both internal and external stakeholders. His contribution to VCare at Qatar Airways Cargo's sustainability program further highlights his commitment to innovation and responsible business practices. Faisal, would you like to say hi?
Yeah, hi, everyone. Thanks, really, for that intro. Phenomenal. It sounds even better than who I think I am. But to that point, I think similar to Fred, I don't have 20 years for sure. On the airline side, I've been part of the airline industry for now 9 years. And quite a big chunk of that has been within cargo. I come from a background with multiple different companies, tech companies as well. So digital, let's say it's been a part of my life and continues to be. It's a very exciting area. And I'm looking forward to this discussion today as we discuss what the future holds for us as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, both of you. Yes, I would like to invite Fred to take over and walk us through a little bit of CargoAI and CargoMART's journey so far.
Okay, thank you, Vri. So I will give a bit of background and introduce CargoAI for the one that are not aware about who we are, but I think most of you, yes, you know that we are having 3 major platforms on the field currently on top of the platform offered by the airline. CargoAI have been created in 2019 by Matt Petot. Matt Petot, the CEO, a French guy, as me. You can hear my accent, my beautiful accent. Matt was coming from the airline side, but he also worked for freight forwarder. And they started with 5. We are now 40 people working for CargoAI, and we are trying to combine expertise by having some people coming from the industry with high-tech and young-minded technology persons, so in order to offer to the forwarder a good service. So when it started in 2019, the focus was mainly on airline and GSA connectivity, obviously, because that's the most important part, having a consistent airline portfolio. to allow the forwarder to have accessibility to a lot of solution. So we work on the airline portfolio coverage, but also we work on the product, and that's also important to provide to the forwarder a consistent product. First milestone, I would say, was reached in 2022. So first, many users and forwarder worldwide were onboarded, plus 15, I can see even on the slide, 17,000 users onboarded in 2022 on CargoMART. So during that period, we continue to work on the CargoMART product. First, by expanding the airline portfolio, and second, by continuing to develop the product with some beautiful features. But we will have time to talk later about what we are offering on the product. We also work on the Cargo Connect. Cargo Connect, it's what the forwarder are asking for. It's having the possibility to connect our solution to their TMS, because the forwarder, basically, they want to have to avoid a double work for the staff. So they want to allow the staff to have access from their TMS to our solution. And we have been also invited a member of the Cargotech. Cargotech, it's globally an organization merging multiple companies working for the digital transformation of our airfreight industry. 2024. So what happened in 2024? So last year, so I would say that we reach a high level of growth, and in terms of innovation, in terms of transaction, in terms of performance. You can see on the slide that now Cargo AI is connected with plus 100 airline in the world, so representing a lot of possibility for the forwarder with some exclusive airline. Such the one represented by the ECS group. We also, that's important, launch our CargoMART Pro solution during that period. So CargoMART Pro is globally a paying version of CargoMART. So we are offering on this package a wide range of solution features on this one. So it's more than a booking online platform. I would say it's a complete ecosystem that we are offering to the forwarder. But I don't want to spoil myself, because I know that we are having a slide later on the CargoMART Pro. In 2025, so what we are expecting this year to do with the forwarder and with the airline, so simply to continue to develop CargoMART and the CargoMART Pro by continuing to push some innovation. We already pushed some features that were not existing on the other platform. We are not trying just to copy paste what is existing, but we are really trying to provide to the market and to the forwarder something new, something different. That's also important. And what we are also trying to do is to be on the field. So we are visiting frequently. So we are having today the webinar, but we are also spending a lot of time on the field, visiting the forwarder, visiting the airline, because participating actively to the digital transformation, it's not only, okay, we give you access to an account and we disappear. No, participating actively to the transformation, it's guiding the forwarder, guiding the user on this digital journey, showing them how to proceed to make a booking, how to proceed to answer to a tender on the platform. So it's much more than that. So yes, it's globally where we are in 2025. So we are having the ambition to continue to deliver a good service quality to our customer. Okay. Now a quick update on the market, the trends, the challenges that everybody can face on a daily basis. I don't have the ambition to say that those slides will provide everything, but at least it's a content to start the discussion each other. So first, the e-commerce. E-commerce obviously is an important component our industry currently in terms of capacity, obviously representing a lot. And having an impact on the global capacity on the market, but having also an impact, and we will see on the next slide, having an impact also on the pricing on the market, not only on the short-term movement, but an impact on the global capacity on the market. Capacity constraint, also something that I will discuss on the next slide. Yes, we are having two seasons. We know that we are having the peak and the low season, the winter and the summer season. We know that some destinations are frequently completely congested. Some destinations, some region with a lot of capacity available on the market, so making the pricing super dynamic. And we have on the last component, which is the digital transformation. So the objective of today, to talk about the digital and what is the digital today in the air freight industry and why it is so important to be connected. So if you go to the next slide, Vri, I will put a bit more context. So first, in terms of capacity constraint and route profitability. So there is a lot of capacity on the market for you, the forwarder, and we can see that the capacity is increasing. You have some stability on the capacity, the cargo capacity on the wide body belly, and you have also the capacity for the full freighter. Normally, an airline is publishing a schedule for both seasons, the summer and the winter season, and usually the capacity is globally stable. If you have some change, it's marginal. At least this is what it was before the COVID. Now, with the extra capacity from the e-commerce and from many airlines also that decided to order some full freighter during the COVID, you have more capacity, meaning that the concept of the profitability on the route is even more present, forcing sometimes some airline to decide to revise the schedule even during the season, because of if you want to have a flight in the sky, you need to make sure that the flight is profitable. So, and this is forcing the forwarder to adapt permanently their flow, their rate with this unstable capacity. Because of that, because of the concept of profitability, progressively now it's not a trend anymore, it's a fact. I mean, we moved from something super static in terms of pricing to something super dynamic. Before, some airline had some 2-3 entry condition per flight. Some airline was simply pushing a market rate, a rate sheet before the season, and when the trend was low, they were just going for a promo campaign. Now you are having some airline like Qatar and like many other airlines being fully engaged in the dynamic pricing, meaning that the rate can be adjusted on a daily basis, which is normal. According to the load factor, the airline, they are working to optimize their flights, so they are adjusting the rate. It's something new for our industry, not for the passenger side or not for the other industry. The dynamic pricing is existing since ages in other industry, but for the cargo, it's new. Meaning that for the forwarder, it's something new to integrate in their pricing activity. When you are having a shipper contacting you, hey, what is the rate that you can offer me? You go, you visit CargoMART, you check the best rate applicable, you give that to your shipper. The shipper is coming back to you 2 days after. The rate is up, and you are in an uncomfortable situation. So this dynamic pricing component, it's something new for all the forwarder, and this has to be integrated in their pricing activity. And because of those changes in terms of capacity, because of those changing in terms of pricing also, the forwarder are asking more. You are asking more to the airline in terms of service quality, obviously, in terms of visibility on the capacity, visibility on the pricing, visibility on the contract. When a forwarder, and I remember that when I was an airline not so far away, the forwarder was always asking, hey, I have a tender, I'm having a forwarder, a shipper asking a rate for a validity period of 2 or 3 years. And for an airline, it's super difficult how you can give a rate and an agreement for 2 or 3 years with this unpredictability in terms of pricing, unpredictability in terms of schedule. So that's making the our daily routine a bit more complex, exciting but more complex. And because of that, obviously, the platform and what we are trying to bring on the field, it's exactly that, some visibility in order to allow you to drive your activity with more efficiency. But I think we will have time to dive into those concepts with Faisal just after.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much, Fred. These are all trends and challenges that I'm sure most of us already see impacting operations in the industry. And as you said, the air freight industry has undergone some big changes in recent years, from fluctuating capacity to volatile pricing to demand for more digital and automated solutions. So let's dive a little deeper into these topics. To start, let's talk about the major shifts in the industry. We all know air freight today looks very different than it did just a few years ago. The world is becoming increasingly fast-paced, and consumers, including all of us, I'm sure, want everything and we want it now. So, how has air freight industry evolved in recent years, and what are the biggest shifts you've observed in customer expectations? Fred, would you like to go first?
Yeah, for sure. I can go first. So how has the air freight industry evolved in recent years? I mean, I will summarize quickly by a sentence saying that the COVID forced to change. I mean, we have a situation pre-COVID, and we have a completely different situation post-COVID. I was lucky. I was in a very good situation at that time. No secret, I was a sales manager of Qatar Airways Cargo in France. Before the COVID, there were no real e-booking, no real visibility provided to the forwarder. The workload exploded for the airline continuing to deliver some capacity on the market, and Qatar Airways was one of these airlines. And we have been bombarded, and quickly we realized that the digital was a need. I mean, it was really a need. So it has been pushed. At the beginning, the forwarder was a bit resistant because it was like a punishment for them. Yeah, but why you don't want to take my shipment? But then they quickly realized that it was magic, because they could have access in real time to the capacity, in real time to the best rate applicable, and the transformation was on the way. So for me, the recent change is this one. The COVID make the industry move from something super static to something super dynamic.
Yeah, I'm so sorry I jumped right into this, but for everyone listening, we're going into the panel discussion portion, and we will be having both our amazing people given their expert opinions. And if at any point you want to ask additional questions based on this, and if I think they're relevant, please drop them into the chat and we can address them as we go. But yes, Faisal, what are your opinions on this question?
Yeah, thanks for that. I think it's a great question. Fred touched on a few elements related to this for sure. I'm going to answer it in a sort of a similar fashion, but I'll add a few other things to that. So COVID definitely, I think in all of our lives, it was a big catalyst for a number of things, right? But one of the key things I think it did was it accelerated a mind shift for all of us too. You and I and I'm sure all of you today, use personal smartphones, you rely on digital in your lives, in and out of work every day. But our industry per se was just not wired in that fashion. We weren't thinking that way. We all wanted it, and I'm sure we all wanted it. We just didn't know when to start that journey and how long it's going to take us to do it. So COVID definitely helped, right? And for us, especially within Qatar Airways, and you've seen some of this, what's happened through COVID, how we've been there to support our customers, etc. It was huge. We pride ourselves in the quality, in the service that we offer, in the agility that we have. And that just honestly was not achievable without having a digital mindset. Because as Fred mentioned, it was hard to reach people. It wasn't easy, right? So it caused us to really accelerate our digital strategy. And in the world that we live in today, and really sort of mentioned that too, we all expect things now. You click a few buttons and you want it now, right? And that's the world we live in, and that's just going to get even shorter in terms of time span, right? You're going to want things quicker and faster. So there is no reason that we did not have, sorry, there is a reason for sure why we had to head down this path, right? And there was no other way around it. So with the limited supply in the market, you wanted to have quick access to rates, you wanted to have quick access to capacity. That shift was a necessity. And I think that shift has helped not just the industry, but individual businesses sort of achieve what they want to do in terms of their footprint as well. So for me, I think it's been a phenomenal ride, and it continues to be an exciting one as well.
Yes. I think we will continue to see the impacts of COVID for a few years to come, but definitely digital is one of the big things. And talking about shifting expectations and shifting trends, what role does technology play in meeting these new demands? How do you see platforms like CargoMART addressing the need for advanced all-round solutions, real-time data visibility, like Fred mentioned, and decision making? Faisal, would you like to take this one first?
Sure. I'm 100% sure this is in Fred's backyard, but I'm going to try my best to address why we think as an airline it's important, right? Honestly, platforms for me become a key part of the whole cycle of our industry, sort of in a way, if I can put it that way. So today we have tons of touch points that we have when cargo moves from point A to point B. As you guys know, it goes through a journey, multiple different elements throughout that journey of cargo. And platforms such as CargoMart, for me, are the ones that connect those journeys, right? So they give us the ability to interact with our end customer, actually have availability given to that end customer and visibility to them as well as their shipment moves throughout. So it's quite important. And I believe as part of distribution as well, we want to be where our customers want to be. And as a customer, if I'm thinking myself in the shoes of a customer, I would love to go to a platform, one-stop shop. I click a few buttons, I have my rate, I have my capacity, and then I can follow my shipment. I know it's been delivered, all of that's done. So I think it's definitely a huge part of what we do in terms of the movement of the shipment itself. So for us, it's quite critical. And as Qatar Airways Cargo, we really rely on a lot of platforms such as CargoMart to actually achieve that for the journey.
Thank you. Fred, what would you like to add?
He said a lot of things already, Faisal. But indeed, it's just adding what already Faisal said. My objective today and the objective that we are having every day when we are going to visit the forwarder is we are trying to make them understand, realize that CargoMart is much more than a booking online platform. Obviously, we are providing visibility on the capacity, we are providing visibility on the rate, but we are allowing the forwarder to do much more than that. We are allowing the forwarder to, and we will see on the last slide regarding CargoMart Pro, but we are allowing them to generate a PDF quotation, an automated quotation to their shipper in 1 minute with branded with the logo of their company. We are allowing them to perform a tender activity by having access to our rate management system. We are pushing them some notification on the track and trace on real time because the callback is provided by the airline system, so totally reliable. So we are allowing them to work by assigning some role on their staff. So it's a complete ecosystem that we are offering to the forwarder today. So if I was a forwarder, I would find super difficult to work now without being connected.
You're right. They say that every problem has a solution, and from what both of you said, it looks almost like most challenges can be solved with digital solutions. But still, we hear that whether we hear a common concern that people or companies have about whether they should go digital now or wait. And some businesses hesitate, maybe due to cost, integration concerns, they're resistant to change. So, what advice would you give to companies hesitant to adopt end to end digital platforms? And how have you seen platforms and solutions like CargoMart actually helping organizations or your customers? Maybe I'll switch it up again. Fred, would you like to go first?
Okay. Okay, so what I would say to those companies, hopefully we didn't meet too much company still completely being resistant for the transformation. But if I had a word, I would say digital is not an option anymore. I mean, it's there already. So pushing back the digital transformation, it's meaning it's to keep your company far behind. I mean, the transformation is on the way. There is no reason to be resistant to this change. And we onboarded recently a lot of forwarder on the French market on CargoMart Pro, and it's what we try to do. It's to bring them to this transformation. It's not like we are signing a contract and we disappear suddenly. No, we are here to make this change smooth for them by being with them, guiding the forwarder how to use this platform, how to use this functionality. So for me, there is no reason how you can be resistant. We talked about dynamic pricing before. So how you can drive your activity without having visibility on the rate that are changing sometime every hour? Are you going to call the airline every hour to say, hey, what is the best rate you can offer? Obviously, no, because the airline will push the forwarder online. We can see that more and more airlines progressively applying some manual fees for manual booking for the small one. So I really hope that all the manager worldwide being in this industry realize now that the digital was a must have.
I was almost going to have a follow-up question asking you what is one compelling reason that people should consider digital, but I think you gave like 3 or 4 already. So, Faisal, what would you like to say for this topic?
Yeah, I think not to use the same cliche term that digital is not an option. I think we all know it's not. Um, for me, I think personally, it's a lot of us in our lives as well. We want simplicity, right? We want to be able to do things in a simple fashion, quicker, laid out, and focus our efforts on more complex items, right? So we all look for that every day, and I'm sure you look for that in your lives as well to see how do I have certain things that can make my life easier. Maybe I'll plug in ChatGPT, lets you do a few things, right? And it, as you know as well, and I'm sure a lot of you use some of that in your lives today, it does help. So digital solutions, such as platforms, etc., are supposed to complement your work in a fashion that it takes away those activities that were time consuming and not really adding a lot of value to you, but yet provide a wealth of information back to you as well in a short amount of time, right? So that to me is super critical. Now, why would excuse me, I'm just recovering from a cough, so I apologize. Why would companies be hesitant? Change, everybody's hesitant. Change is not something that's easy for any organization. I look at Qatar Airways and we feel we're in constant change, and that's what life looks like every day. And I don't think it's any different for anybody in their organization today as well. So what I would rather recommend to all of you who haven't really started this journey is to start to plan out and lay out what are some of the critical items that you spend a lot of time on, things that could be dealt with platforms such as CargoMart, right? Where you could ease up your day and then focus on the more critical items. And you'll start to see that value. Do a trial run. Trust me, if I'm wrong, you can call me back again. But I know you will start to see elements where you do see value in putting in these aspects within your day-to-day life. So not an option. Digital is here, guys. You can't ignore it now.
Faisal, just maybe something from my side, but we do have quite a few people joining from airlines and not like non-forwarders, right? TMSs, airlines, etc. For them specifically, what would be one specific reason why you think it's better to adopt digital?
Yeah, and I think it definitely applies on the airline side as well, right? If I talk about, and I know we haven't mentioned this at all, but there is business from an interline perspective as well. Airlines do work together with each other too, right? And that process, trust me, is not easy because every single airline has their own way about doing certain things. However, they're trying to serve their customer with working in partnerships with other airlines. So platforms do need to have that in mind to see how we can help that side of the business as well, right? Our industry, the best part about our industry, to be very honest, opportunities for digital are immense, right? Because there are many touch points and doing small tweaks here and there help the entire journey. So for me, airlines just as important. You can talk about GHAs. There's a lot of data transfer that happens between GHAs, airlines, as well as forwarders, et cetera. So there's a lot of opportunity for us to be working together.
If anyone listening wasn't convinced to go digital before, I'm sure they would be now. We've talked a lot about the past and the present, but looking ahead, Airfreight isn't just evolving, it's transforming, and it's transforming fast. Sustainability, automation, AI are all major trends that we're seeing, we all know. But for both of you, what emerging trends do you see shaping the Airfreight industry the most in the next few years, and how can solutions like CargoMART adopt to stay ahead? I'm not sure who went first last, but I'll go with Faisal. Do you want to go first?
I'll go first. So, the way I would sort of, my perspective on this question would be more along the lines of, we've all worked on a foundation, right? We started from day one to say, how could we sort of build the ground floor of this digital building where we can start to interact with customers, open the front door, and they can come in. Sorry, I do talk in sort of this sort of non-physical world, so I hope you can catch on, right? So that ground floor we've established, we are now able to interact with that customer where they can do a booking with us, right? And I think we're pretty good with this. The likes of CargoMart as well are very good at interacting with the customer to secure bookings, etc. Now we need to start building the next floor up. What does that mean? We've done the booking. Let's talk about what we can do on the operation side of things, maybe. And just as an example, what are things that we can do within the track and trace side of the world? I think about this, and a lot of you probably shop online as well. And I don't need to name the platform, but when you buy something, you know when it's coming, right? It can be delivered next day. You know exactly where it is. In our industry, it's not as easy. Yes, some of us have been able to achieve that, but it's not that simple because there's so many parties involved. So we need to start looking past just the booking now, and even within the booking aspects, we can start to look at technologies like AI. Do stuff like make sure the right documentation is in place. So there's a lot of things that we can do now that are more than just a booking itself. And I want people to understand this is just the first ground floor, guys. There's a lot more that we can do as part of the platforms and the industry to reach the next level.
Very, very well said. Fred, would you like to have the last word?
Yeah, no, but very well said, and he said everything, and I know that we are short on time, so I will just add one word. You mentioned AI, and I think it will be a key component also of this transformation, because that's going to be more and more present in our platform, in our solution. I could talk also about connectivity with system, because we are. So you know that the platform is connected with the airline, but we have also the capability to connect our solution with the forwarder system, with the TMS. So I think that what is going to happen next, and even more on the next few years. So a quick word, because I know that more is coming.
Yes, definitely. I think there's a lot more to come, a lot more to grow. This has been a fantastic discussion, and I'm sure everyone, including myself, has really appreciated all of your insights. And I see quite a few questions lined up already. So quickly, before we open the floor to all questions and more, we would like to take a few short minutes to talk a little bit about CargoMART and what we are already been doing to address some of these challenges that we talked about today. And I would like to take the time to give it back to Fred. If you would like to give us a short walkthrough of what else CargoMART can do or add on to what we saw in the video.
Yeah, so first I love this video, Vri. So it's really well done, and so I'm not going to go for a demo. Don't worry. So it's just a 2-minute words to let you know what you can have access to on the CargoMART Pro. You have seen on the video some of the key features that we are having. So first on the track and trace, so it's what we share with you. Though you're having the possibility to have a view of the tracking of your shipment at any time in real time on the platform. You are also having the possibility to receive and to set notification, the one that you want to receive. For example, if you want to be informed when the airline is offloading your cargo by rebooking the shipment on another flight, and if you want to be notified in real time, you can do it on CargoMART Pro. Role and permission in order to allow you to keep the control on your team. You can set who you want to perform a booking. You can set who can perform a tender. So you have the complete control, and you can also disable an account immediately in one click if someone is leaving your company, for example. Dynamic pricing, we talk about the dynamic pricing and the fluctuation on a daily basis. So we are having some systems, some mechanism allowing you to be more comfortable with the dynamic pricing concept. Rate management system is having access to the market rate, the rate sheet of the airline, allowing you also to set a margin in order to convert a buying rate in a selling rate. Quotation, it's a quotation to your shipper. So you have the possibility on the platform to generate a PDF branded with the logo of your company in 1 minute and to send it to the shipper. I've seen a question, so I can already answer to one question. I think it's Sumira who asked how CargoMART help in rate negotiation with airline. You are having also the possibility on the platform to send a quotation to the airline. And you can, instead of calling the airline one by one, hey, can you please let me know which rate you can apply? You have the possibility to select a multiple airline in a row and to send a quote request from the platform directly with the rate that you are looking for. So you can put a target rate, and you can send that to all the airline on the same time. And the airline will receive a message, a notification, and on this notification, they will be informed that they are in competition with other airline. So normally, when you are an airline and you are notified that you are in competition with other airline, it forces yourself to answer quickly. And then on the CargoMART Pro, we have also something related to analytics, providing you an information about what is the average yield per route, what is the pricing trend from the airline. So kind of tool also allowing you to set your pricing activity. And so that's a quick one. Obviously, we are here to perform some demos. So if you are interested, you just let me know after the call, and we can connect, and we can go for a complete demo and a review of what we are able to provide.
Thank you, Fred. That was very, very efficient. Since you were so quick, let's move on to the questions. Give me a moment. Let me look at the chat. I saw a few before. Faisal, I think I have a question for you. It is Sunil who's asking that they have quoted rate to shippers and shipment confirmed after 10 to 15 days. If rates are changed, then what can you do? What can they do?
That's a good question, Sunil. Honestly, as you know, our market itself is quite dynamic as well, right? So there is quite a possibility that the rate can change. But however, typically when you have a quoted rate, then it does come with a time frame as well for the validity of that rate itself. Now, if that goes past that rate, as you can understand, there could be various factors that affect the availability of capacity and all those elements that affect that final quote as well. So that can change. And I'm not going to tell you that's not true, but that is true. And I think you can understand when you're in the world of how dynamic our industry is, those shifts do happen. But the quotes generally do come with a committed timeline as well. So as long as it's within that timeline, you shouldn't have a problem.
Thank you. Sunil, I hope that answered your question. We have a question from, and I'm really sorry if I butcher anyone's name, but we have a question from Rovina. I think for Fred, as a forwarder, how to start an e-booking using CargoMART portal?
You can simply contact me after this webinar, and I will let you know how to proceed. But you just simply need to create an account. If you are an IATA forwarder, then the system will ask you different information, such name, last name, company name, IATA cast number, etc. And then the account is created in 1 or 2 hours maximum, and then you can start enjoying the digital journey, having the visibility on all the airline we are connected with. And the booking, performing a booking online, it's super easy. So what the airline are asking is, most of the airline are asking, so origin, destination, obviously, departure date, the dimensions, so the packaging of your shipment, and then you can perform a booking. We are progressively, the scope was quite limited in terms of e-booking. It was general cargo, small shipment, and what we can see is that progressively the scope is extending. With Qatar, for example, we have perishable, we have pharma, and most of the airlines are opening those products. Even with some airlines such as ECS, we have dangerous goods, even human remains. So progressively, all the products are bookable online. Everything is feasible in terms of digital, and in terms of weight and volume. Now you can book even big shipment online. So please just share your contact, and I will connect with you after the call.
Thank you, Fred. I just want to add that I have only been exposed to this industry for about a year. And when exploring CargoMart, honestly, it is very, very intuitive. You go there and you try yourself, and you will already know how to do it. Yeah, my recommendation, just give it a try. I think we already covered Sumira's question. We have a question from Jayesh. How do AI and data analytics enhance decision making and operational efficiencies in the industry? I think either of you can answer this question.
I'll give you the airline perspective. I think it's a very important one because, to be honest, it helps both parties, right? You and I'm speaking now on behalf of airlines and customers as well, right? You have a shipment to move. You want to be able to ensure that you're able to move that shipment in the date that you want to move it in, the time frame, and all those kind of great things. Technologies such as AI and data analytics really help us, and I'm on the airline side, sort of manage our capacity in a way as well, so we make it available to you too, right? So all of that data, using historical data, using trends in the future, using market data, a number of elements that when come together give us the best sort of meal to say, you know what, here's what we can give our customers today as well. Here's what we can offer to them that will definitely serve the purpose. So we see huge value in using data because there's tons of data in our industry. And AI plays a huge role of sort of orchestrating that data in a fashion so that it's actionable for us to provide back, not just internally, but also externally to you guys, right? So there's a lot of areas that we see where you will start to see more and more involvement of AI and data. I hope that helps.
Thank you, Faisal. Anything more or different to add, Fred?
No, I think we cover everything. Yeah, I mean it's linked, and obviously historical of the data and the AI will allow the airline obviously to optimize their flight and their revenue, but also the forwarder to be efficient. So nothing else to add. No.
Thank you. Any more questions? And if in any case anyone does have questions, you always can reach out to us, and we will be happy to do a demo or support you in any way that is needed. With that, I think we are coming to the end of the presentation. You can reach out to Fred or our customer success team, our sales team, at any point if you have anything further. And I think we have covered a lot of ground today, from industry challenges to the future of air freight. And I feel that we all learned, myself included, quite a lot today. And we learned that going digital is no longer an option. I have a list of at least 7 to 8 compelling points that nobody can refute. It is something that we all have to force ourselves to do if you're scared. Change is never easy. Yeah, with that, thank you for joining us today, and we are excited to help you take your air freight operations beyond booking. Let's keep the conversation going. So if you want, reach out to us or join us on LinkedIn to bring the revolution to everyone. You can always drop us a mail, drop us a comment, and we are always there to help, happy to help you. So thank you. Thank you very much for joining us.